W with another lesson on journaling. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the types of journals that you can keep. And the reason I thought this was a good time was because I know many of you are thinking about how am I going to keep my journal going in the summer? And so I thought, well, this would be a good time to start considering what type of journal you want to keep to help yourself get through the summer, but also to continue to document what life is like during this special period of time in the coronavirus pandemic. Because regardless of which type of journal you use, the purpose will always be the same. It's to make a document for your future self so that you can remember what life was like for you, and also for historians who are going to be trying to figure out what was life like for kids. They're going to be looking at kids' journals and wondering, what was life like for them during this period? So you have a couple of choices. You can either keep a digital journal, and maybe some of you guys are already doing this by writing on your computer or iPad, or maybe you're even videoing yourself talk every day. That's a type of digital journal. And some of you are keeping handwritten journals. Okay. Now, although their purposes are the same, their forms are different. So I'm going to talk to you about the advantages of each of the different forms. So one advantage of a digital journal is that it's fast, especially if you have some keyboarding skills. If you already know how to type pretty well, some people feel like a digital journal, you can get your ideas out faster typing than you can by handwriting. Another thing or another advantage of a digital journal is that you can include links. So for example, if you just wrote a review of a great movie you just watched in your journal, you can copy and paste the link of the description of the movie in your journal, and your future self could go back and look at it, or future historians could. And similarly, you can add attachments to a digital journal. So for example, my son the other day wrote about my daughter learning how to ride a bike. And if he had been writing in a digital journal, he could have attached a video of the moment she actually started writing on her own, or maybe a photograph of her writing on her own. You can also add a song if you have one. Now, a handwritten journal, the benefit of a handwritten journal is that you don't need any power, no plugs, no battery. You can take that journal and go anywhere you want. It's portable. You can take it with you to a closet to get some, private time in your house, or you can take it on a walk with you. Where you go, the journal goes. Another great thing about handwritten journals is that in addition to writing words, you can add sketches. And some of you have been working on sketchnoting. Well, we know that sketchnoting sometimes can show what we're thinking even better than words, right? A picture is worth 1,000 words. So you can add your sketches to your journal. And similarly, your handwriting also shows things about you that just typing words doesn't, because your handwriting is unique, right? Nobody has the same handwriting as you do. That's why when you grow up, you'll have your very own signature that will be just your signature. And in fact, a lot of historians say that they can learn a lot about a person and the life they lived by studying their handwriting and their sketches. So in many ways, a handwritten journal is more unique than a digital journal because it just has your imprint on it. Now, today what I want to show you how to do is some form of sketching that might make your journal even more unique and make your ideas pop out a little bit more. So today I'm going to teach you a little sketchnoting technique called bunting. Now, if you are thinking, Miss DW, well, I keep a digital journal, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to give you a challenge. Go ahead and do this, and then take a picture and load it up as an attachment in your digital journal. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this bunting 2 times. The first time I would recommend watching, and then the second time press pause, go get a piece of paper and a pen, and then follow the steps with me. Okay, now bunting is like a banner, and it's a really cool way to make something that you're writing about important, whether it's the date or the topic or just an idea. It's a really fun thing to make your journal even more unique. The first step to bunting is you need to, I forgot. When I am describing to you how to bunt, I'm going to use a lot of math language. Kids always ask me, Miss TW, when am I going to use this math? Now I know a lot of you have been studying geometry lately, and guess what? I'm going to be using a lot of geometry words to show you how to draw this. So listen for those math words. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 2 parallel lines, and those lines are going to be slightly curved, just like that, okay? Next, I'm going to close those 2 parallel lines. Now I'm going to draw a diagonal line going in on this side and a diagonal line on this side. Did you see how those lines are diagonal? They're not vertical, they're not horizontal, they're diagonal. Now I'm going to draw another diagonal line going out. And if you notice, these 2 sets of diagonal lines, this one makes a greater than sign and this one makes a less than sign, okay? My next step is I'm going to draw another line to make a set of parallel lines going this way from the middle of this rectangle. Just like that. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side and make sure that this side has 2 sets of parallel lines so that it's symmetrical, so that it's the same on both sides. Now I'm going to close this kind of ribbon on my bunting on both sides. My last step includes making a vertical line from the kind of edge of this rectangle down to the bunting to form a triangle. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Now if I wanted to have a little bit of shading, I'm going to draw a few vertical lines going this way, and that'll make it look shaded. And there you have it. There is some bunting, and you can now use that maybe at the top of a page to show your date, or at the top of your page to show your topic, but it's kind of a fun thing to make your journal a little bit more unique. So now go and pause, go get your paper and come back. All right, are you ready? I'm gonna go a little bit faster this time. And I'm also gonna show you a little detail that's a little bit different. So you can see there's 2 different ways to make this bunting. Some people call these banners. Okay, first step, 2 parallel lines that are slightly curved. Oops. 1 second. Okay. Let's see. Uh-oh. Hold on, writers. Okay, here we go. 2 lines, 2 parallel lines that are slightly curved. You see? Now I'm going to close those lines on both sides. Now I'm going to make diagonal lines going inward. And now diagonal lines going outward. And I have a greater than and a less than sign. Now I'm going to add my parallel lines on both sides so that it's symmetrical. And this time, I'm not going to close them. I am going to make kind of half triangles for that cut ribbon look. Do you see that? And I'm doing that by making 1 diagonal line and then another diagonal line. And finally, I want to draw a vertical line to make 2 triangles. There's one, and there's the second one. And now I'm going to do some shading. And there you have another bunting. And I'm going to write here, ta-da! So writers, here's a fun sketchnoting tip to give emphasis or make something important in your journal. Go ahead and try it today. Maybe today for your journal entry, you'll write a how to do bunting. That would be kind of cool. But whatever you end up writing, go find a quiet spot, do your best thinking, and have a lot of fun while you're writing. I'm also going to leave you with an anchor chart here so that you can see how to do this bunting in a few easy steps. Here it is. There you go. So you can just pause on here and you see all the steps for drawing your bunting.